Hey guys, Jakobe here. Today I am back with part 4 of my stop motion tutorial series. I know it's been 3 years since my last installment of this series, but I am here with number 4. If you guys missed the other 3 parts and are interested in seeing what I covered, go ahead and click the link in the description below for my playlist involving all 4 parts where I covered the basics of green screens, thumbnails, and just stop motion overall. So for this part of the series, I will be covering the lighting you could use for your stop motion animations or even any videos in general, to be honest, but since I am a stop motion channel, this will be specifically catered to that. I will be covering 3 different kinds of lighting, which are physical lighting, camera settings, and additional physical lighting. I will also be covering a possible major problem called light flicker. I'd say the first 2 out of the 3 though are necessary to have as much stable lighting as possible, and the third is just an optional thing to add some kind of color or special look to your video. Now, keep in mind, I do not have a professional setup in terms of lighting, but I do think this is good enough for someone who is not willing to spend too much money into their lighting. So I'll just show you what I have going on here, and you can determine for yourself if you think that'd be good enough for you, because trust me, you do not need too much to have decent lighting for your videos. So for the actual setup itself, it's usually recommended that you use at least 2 desk lamps of some sort. You could use more obviously, but in my mind, you definitely need at least 2 to cover the left, right, and the back side of the frame as much as possible. So yeah. For the past 6 years personally, I've been using these 2 desk lamps from Target. You can get yours from wherever you want, wherever supplies lamps, whatever you want to use. Believe me, any lamp will work as long as it shines bright and is articulated in any way in case you want to move your lighting around. The reason you see these 2 pieces of paper though on my lamps is because it is used to diffuse the light and not let it be too bright and reflective on the subjects in your videos. This is something I learned from tutorials that I would look up on other people's channels whenever I was first starting to stop motion and animation, similar to, I'm guessing, how you are right now since you're watching this video. But yeah, that is something I learned, and I found that it really helps in the long run. Like, it really does deflect the light. It makes it less sharp, not as bright, and you just see it in my videos and anyone else's videos. I'm sure everyone else diffuses their light in this method, so don't be afraid to put a piece of paper, piece of cloth, anything that you can find around your house that will not be harmful to the lamp. Reason you need lamps and can't use natural lighting like from your windows or the regular light you have in your room's ceiling is that you cannot really control those lights, like how they move or how they look, and it's also not going to be as steady. Now obviously daylight changes, you know, it's the sun, the moon, it's going to change throughout the day, and it's really not a good thing to use and rely on for your videos in general, whether it be stop motion or just regular videos you're making for YouTube, anything. So some kind of controlled light source like lamps would be your best option, especially when starting off. If there is a window near your setup though and it seems to affect the lighting in your videos, like me, sometimes it's best to move your setup away if it's possible, or you can cover the window with some kind of poster board or anything like that, anything that will block off the light from coming in as much as it does. Or if you really wanted to, you could wait till night so there isn't really any light coming through, but like I said, you could do whatever works for you. As long as the lighting is steady, you're good. Even if your lighting is not steady, that's okay, it happens to everyone. The main reason for this is light flicker. Now, light flicker is when the lighting in your video is inconsistent and it moves a lot, which gives it an ugly look in my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of other people's opinions. That is why you want complete control over your light. Now, you could see this in anyone else's videos, like some frames seem to go dark from time to time, and it just doesn't seem as stable as it should be. Now, that's what you call light flicker. It mostly happens when your lighting's inconsistent, which is why, like I said, you would like to have complete control over your light sources. It's common for everyone. You can notice it in your own films, anyone else's films, on YouTube, wherever. Mistakes happen, you know? It could be because your hand was moving, affecting the lighting. If it does happen, just retake it with steady good lighting and you will be good. Even if you can't fix it, it's okay. There could be other reasons for the light flicker other than like your hand moving or something. It could be in the camera settings. From my experience, this does tend to happen with camera settings. You could just adjust it to see what happens, whatever works for you. There's just many instances where light flicker can happen. Just try and fix it. If you can't, like I said, it is okay. It happens to everyone. Now, if you have your lamp set up and ready to go, just play around with it with a camera in front of you and see what works best for your video. Now, remember, there are many ways to use your lights depending on what's appropriate for your video setting or mood. Just keep that in mind. I am personally not the best when it comes to lighting and all that, but there are many techniques and methods to this. If you are interested in something specific, I'm sure you could find something on the internet elsewhere, or you could even learn about it yourself through your own trial and error while making your own videos. Now, as for the camera settings and the lighting, those kind of do intertwine together because on physical cameras or just iPads with the Stop Motion Studio Pro app, there will be specific lighting settings. I went over these things in my first part of the stop motion tutorial series like 3 years ago. Now it could be a little bit outdated for those using the Stop Motion Pro app, but it's basically the same thing, just different looks. So if you want to go ahead and see that and hear it better explained, go ahead to my first part of the stop motion series. Link is in the description below if you are interested. Like I said in the beginning, I recommend at least 2 normal lamps, but you could always use more. Something people like to do now though is get colored light bulbs that they can control from their phone or some remote or some kind of color changing light source. I have my own specific light source, but I have not used it in a video yet. So here are some good examples from Swagwave SM and Unraveled Pictures TM. Here are some clips from their videos. Very good examples right here. So if you want some inspiration or some kind of idea of how it could look, go ahead and look at this. So for me, I have this little rectangle light that I found on Amazon. I'm yet to use it, like I said, but I have tested it out and it comes off very bright and very nice in the camera. It's very bright in real life too, so be careful with that. But there are some buttons on the sides. You can change the color and everything, change the brightness, the warmth, everything about it is really nice. The one I had is about 40 bucks. I think I found like much more expensive ones, but I think I went for the $45 one. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really remember, but I got this off of Amazon. You can find this anywhere, I'm sure. I have seen people use this in their own videos and it comes off really nice, so I'm excited to see mine. You could use whatever you like, just do your own research on it, see what fits your style, and yeah, you could just play around with it. So yeah guys, that was my tutorial on lighting. Hopefully I gave you guys enough information to where you could use it in your own videos if you guys are starting off. Remember, you guys don't have to do it exactly like I did and copy what I did or show off today. Just remember, the most important things is to diffuse your light. Remember not to use sunlight and to have controlled light sources at all times if it is possible. So yeah, hopefully this tutorial helped you understand the basics of lighting and what you can use. If there's something you want me to cover in the next part, or you think there's something that I may have missed in terms of lighting in this part, go ahead, comment any questions you have below. I will do my best to reply. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video.